Before I start this talk with Jim, I just wanted to say that I've had some fantastic comments, so I'm loving the support. I've also, on the flip side, had some like kind of pushback and some people that are kind of not understanding of what I'm doing. But what I wanted to just say is the reason I'm doing this is to create more conversation, more understanding for people that are in the service, obviously, or maybe are thinking of joining the service, and obviously the general public that have not really understood what's going on inside. So all I'd like to say is everything we're doing is, I'm trying to do it in the most sensitive way. I'm not including other people's names unless they're, in the actual episode. And, at the end of the day, we're just trying to get out there the the facts. Do you know what I mean? So even in this talk with Jim, everything he says is the truth. There's no lies that were spreading. There's nothing that is security related. It's just stories and reflections, as it states in the title, to, kind of think about the direction that the service is going. And if I think I give the voice to the people that have worked within it, then they're the people in my mind that know it the best. So we're not trying to catch anyone out, get anyone in trouble. We're just trying to get to the bottom of why is there a decline? Because this is what I see, from the outside now after finishing my career. And that is that staff assaults have gone up, an increase in poor discipline and also an increase in inappropriate relationships between staff and prisoners. The increase in contraband, so illegal items like drugs and mobile phones in jail. And I just feel that this is not benefiting anyone. For one, it's putting staff at risk. And for another thing, like for the prisoners in there, again, I've said this before, that they can be thinking that they're having a great time. But if there's no rehabilitation going on, then who is benefiting from this? No one is. And ultimately at the expense of the taxpayer. So I hope you're kind of understanding those people out there that don't understand why I'm getting that message out there. And to those that are being supportive, like I say, I really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll get on with the talk with Jim. So thank you. Hi there, my name is Nathan. Welcome to the Human Experience. And today I'm joined by Jim, who was one of my old colleagues, has been a prison officer for 24 years.
Yep.
Just over 24 years.
Yep.
And served in, I believe, HMP Nottingham and HMYOI Glen, Parva.
And then back to Nottingham.
Yeah, nice to see you, Jim.
Nice one,
yeah,
Nathan. It's nice to meet you. We're here again, mate.
Nice.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Nice fella.
When I met Jim, he was on reception at the time, but obviously prior to that had worked on some of the wings in Parva. And I know for myself, what I respected in Jim was that he was just a stand-up kind of guy. Like what you saw is what you get. If you approach him in a way, and this was going to staff or prisoners, then he'll reflect that to you. So if there was a certain prisoner coming in with an attitude, you were just like, okay then, if that's how you want to play it, then we'll just sort out your property and on your way. No. If a lad came in and he was saying, boss, when you can you get me on the phone because I didn't expect this to happen in court and this, that and the other.
But even
down to earth, you know what I mean?
Even the lad with the attitude, I'd say, hey, listen mate, what's up? Listen mate, what's up? And see if I could get to the bottom of it, of why he was wound up.
Yeah.
And then if I could get to the bottom of it, and he was still he was an angry young man, I think, well, I've tried.
Yeah.
But then the lad with the phone call, I'd do my best for anybody, to be honest with you, Nathan.
And sometimes I feel when they were coming into reception, they're just seeing the uniform, yeah? They've not got to know you yet. They don't know who you are from anyone else in the service. So they're just, when they're having a go, it's at the system, if you get what I mean. It's at the uniform.
Yes,
and when they get to know who you are as an officer, then you can have that professional relationship.
You can.
And you treat each other how you want to be treated, basically, is how I see it.
And when you're walking through to get searched or whatever, you go, come on, son.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
Are you right there, kid? What happened to you today? Oh, boss, I got 2 years. Oh, you dickhead. Come on here. Are you right though, mate? Yeah, I'm fucking feeling a bit down or whatever. And then you go, come on then, let's get you sorted. We'll get you to a wing and you'll be all right. You could get settled there. Oh, nice one, boss. we used to have a box, like, for searching people, you know, and they had to be strip searched and that. And my favourite one is this lad come in, and he was dressed as Jack Sparrow. So I was on the boat writing down his stuff, and he come in, and he was on bail or something, but. And he'd been caught at this house party, a fancy dress party, and he'd come in dressed as Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean, for those who don't know, yeah.
And went, hey Jim, you're gonna love this. And he come through, and they put the prop on the side, and I went, all right, Jack. Because obviously the prop card had all been written out by the SO or the officer working in there. Yeah. So we knew second. I went, oh, Jack. And he went, oh, ah. He had a great sense of humour, this kid. I went, what the fuck happened to you? Yeah. And he went, I was at a fancy dress party, and the police knew I was there, and they come and nicked me. And I went, all right. And I went, you all right, though? And he went, yeah, I'm all right. And I went, right, I'll go through your property. You opened the bag of property up in front of me, and I went, one plastic sword. And he went, yeah. Pull that in a prop bag, like that, yeah. One pirate hat. Crying. It was brilliant.
Brilliant.
It was brilliant.
You've never inducted a pirate before?
Not Jack Sparrow. Oh, Dave. Oh, I remember once at night, I went in on nights. This is part of this.
Yeah.
I went in on nights. Yeah. So I finished on the Friday, and I went in, and I got there for about 7:15 on the Monday night. Mm-hmm. You know, to get your hand over and this, that, and the other. Yeah. Because at Nottingham, because it was a Cat B, it had to have an officer on site, as opposed to Parva, it could have an OSG.
Okay.
Because it was a class as a CCAT one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went in, and as I was walking down, I could hear all this banging and crashing and fucking everything kicking off. I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I walked on the sea. It was like mayhem. So I went to the officer, said, what's going off? Yeah. They've been smashing the cells up all day. Wow. And I, oh God almighty.
It's going to be a nightmare shift.
So it's a sign of the lad went off, and I walked out. I'd bought a rump steak, mushrooms, chips, oven chips, and a peppercorn sauce for my tea, because we had a lovely little kitchen downstairs at night. So I walked out and I went, right, aye. It's Mr. B, what's up? I want to get my tea. And I went, can you just keep the noise down till 8:30? Right. Yeah. All right, Mr. B, yeah, no problem. Just keep the noise down so I can get my tea. What are you having? Steak, mushrooms, onion rings, chips. You couldn't. And I went, listen, lads, I'll let you smell it. Yeah. They're all laughing, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've gone down into the kitchen, got my snap on, done my steak, and I've just got my plate, just putting it in the bowl, and I've looked up and it went click, 8:30, smash, bang, crash, everything. I went, cheers, lads. and had my tea.
They'd waited.
Yeah, they actually waited for me. And I mean, when you're talking about say it, there is some monster. There was some monsters in there.
Yeah. But you had a way of reasoning, obviously. Yeah?
Oh, lads, I've just got. I don't want my tea. All right, boss.
Yeah. And I love that, Jim, because what I feel as well from the public perception is, there's this black and white thing of prison officers, screws, whatever you want to say, and prisoners, convicts, and that the fact that they feel like we meet in this world, yeah, of being in jail. They meet in jail, these prison officers and these prisoners. And it's the fact that we're living in the same world at the end of the day, yeah? So we can't be so black and white to say that you're a bad lad and you deserve to be punished. It's like they're going back into the community one day. So we need to set them up with something to say that make something of your life. You know what I mean? Get a trade behind you. Function.
Their punishment is losing their liberty.
Yeah.
That's their punishment.
Yeah.
So when they come inside, their punishment is losing their liberty. They can't walk around anywhere or go where they want anywhere, and that is the punishment. But they still have to obey the rules while they're in jail.
Of course.
But on the other side of the coin, we are there to help. Do you know what? The amount of ex-prisoners I've seen have gone, oh, Mr. B, I've not been inside ever since.
Yeah,
just walking around Nottingham city centre.
Yeah, nice.
I've not been, or Leicester city centre when I was living there. I've not been inside ever since. I'm not that fair play to you. And he went, I owe that to you, Mr. B. You don't owe it to me, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
And I do mean that.
Yeah.
It's down to them having the willpower and to stay out of trouble.
Yeah. What do you think? I know this is a very hard question. I'm not saying I can even tackle this, but what is creating that conveyor belt thing of in, out of jail? Like, where is the service getting it wrong? Do you know what I mean?
Is it
society?
I was going to say,
yeah.
Is it the service or is it the society?
Yeah, wow.
I remember.
And it starts out there, obviously, because they get in trouble with the police and then they come to jail. It's not like we bring them to jail off of nothing. Like, they get into trouble. So is it starting from the home? Is it the fact that the school system is not working for people?
I remember saying to a governor once, because a prisoner said to me when I was on a certain way, he went, we run this fucking unit now. And I went, are you fucking mad?
Yeah.
Right, and he went, we run this unit now. And I said it to this governor and I went, what's happened? And he went, yeah, but that's what society's like. And I went, society stops at that fucking gate.
Yeah.
We have rules and we treat people with respect in here. We don't let people go feral. And he went, yeah, well, that's what... And I went, are you fucking having... Excuse me, wrong word.
No, go for it.
Are you having a fucking laugh?
Yeah.
We don't have to let inside here get what it's like out there.
Yeah, nice.
We don't have to do it because we're dealt to deal with it.
Yeah. Set that precedent, basically.
Set that precedent. When you come in here, I'll give you all the love and the care that you want.
Yeah. But you need to abide.
But you also need to reciprocate it.
Yeah, nice.
You know, if I'm going to give you a phone call to your mum who's not well on the office phone, reciprocate that and go, oh, no, he's all right, he is.
Yeah.
You know,
it's that respect.
He's got that humbleness and he's got that empathy.
Yeah.
With somebody that's struggling.
Yeah.
Do you understand, you know?
Yeah. So do you feel, looking ahead now for the service, how it is that there's too much of that tick box exercise to get things done, but there's a way of doing things sometimes?
They call them KPIs when I was in.
Yeah.
Key performance indicators, isn't it? How much time out of cell, how much, and that's all they were bothered about.
Yeah.
Well, what about... Why aren't they out? Well, we've got 4 of them smashing up on the 3s and 2 smashing up on the 2s. How can we get them out? Get them out at any cost. Because of the key performance indicators.
And that's just how it looks to someone coming in at some point and reviewing the books or whatever you want to say and saying, oh, you're meeting the targets. At what cost?
At what cost?
Yeah. Just running a regime for the sake of it.
And having...
The indiscipline, basically, yeah?
Prison officers, in my view, normal prison officers,
Yeah.
like I say, should be working class lads, but don't put them in the areas
Yeah.
that they were brought up in.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Don't put them in the areas, like, if you're going to join the prison service, right, you're going to Leeds.
Yeah.
All right, I know you're from Nottingham, you're going Leeds. Right, you're going Northampton. You're going Buckinghamshire. Or you're going... And if they want to join, they will.
Yeah.
But the working class lads, but they're not under the cosh of their local gangsters as such.
Yeah.
They don't live there.
No, I respect that. I respect what you're saying. Yeah. And just going on to like I say of that last day for you, you've been shown around. How was it? You know, even in the weeks after now, how was it?
Oh, when I got when I got in my car, I cried my eyes out. 10 minutes, I was crying. It broke me heart.
Yeah.
It broke me heart.
Because it's an end of an era, yeah.
Oh, it broke me heart.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I've got a few quid in the bank, but
It's not about that, yeah. It's not.
I'm never going to have that camaraderie again.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That camaraderie of like put it on your. Being called into Parva one night. Saturday night, I went there. Phones me. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll bleep him.
Yeah. He phones me one night. Jim, because I lived in South West. Could you come in? They're smashing the seg up. Yeah, no problem. I've gone in and I've sat down on the block. The governor's come in.
Yeah.
And he's gone, right, this is what we're going to do. And I went, right. And I was talking to said PO and I went, just get them smashed against the wall and get them down the block and then move themselves and then I can go home, finish match of the day. And I went, yeah, all right, Jim, all right. And we did it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you have a hot debrief, don't you? A hot debrief.
Yeah.
And the governor come in, well, fuck me, he had a check shirt on and was wearing cowboy boots. I'll tell you who it was afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, howdy, checks.
What was their face like? Yeah, just no sense in you.
But
Yeah.
the longer you got in the prison service, you realise the less of sense of humour they had.
Yeah. Lighten up, don't take it so...
Serious. Do you know what I mean? We've just done your job for you.
Yeah.
We've cleared ourselves, we've got them all down here. Yeah.
Lighten up. Wow, that's what I mean. I think that's part of the problem. Wow, nice, Jim. I think we tackled some things there that were, you know, that I see them as it's that kind of the unspoken problems that the service doesn't want to own up to. It's not just the service, to be fair to that. It's that society, you know, is going through this transition.
Do you know what, Liam, sorry, Mark, fucking hell, sorry, Dave. You open doors into my past that I'd probably blocked up. I know I've already touched the size of these. Camaraderie. Wiggly worm. I'll never forget when I was on Unit 1.
Yeah.
Since required Unit 2, 3 of them, I got this lad on the floor.
Yeah.
I knew the lad, he was from Cov.
Yeah.
And he just got hold of his bed and he was going, oh, God, and they couldn't get him. And he was going, I'm a wiggly worm, I'm a wiggly worm. That's what he kept saying, Nave, that's what I wrote on here, look. Here, look. Wiggly worm, here. Where is it? Fucking hell. It says on here somewhere, wiggly worm.
The lad's shouting that.
Yeah, the lad's going, I'm a wiggly worm.
Because they can't get hold of it.
And they couldn't. Was one of them. Come on, big. One of them. So I've gone in and they couldn't get this lad's fucking hands off this fucking bed. You know, the bottom of the bed. And he kept going. One of them get the hand off and he'd go, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So we got his arm And I just pulled him out of the fucking cell. And I went, you're not a fucking... And I put him in back of him straight away. I was like, you're not a fucking wriggly worm now. And he went, is that you, Mr. B? And I went, yeah. And he went, oh, I might have known. And he went, wriggly fucking worm. Honestly, I stood there watching him going, fucking wrap him. Will you wrap him up? Will you wrap him up?
I think we've all been through, you saying there, talking about going back in your mind over stuff and taking you down memory lane, like we've all been through these difficulties. I think a lot of officers, they've kept it to themselves, you know, and
let it build up, and let it build up, yes.
Let people relate to it, to know that we're all going through struggles, you know. Life doesn't pan out the way you plan it. You lose loved ones, your career doesn't go the way you want it to, or you have to change careers. Things happen, yeah?
I was in a bad place, mate. Do you know what? It was only 6 months ago I was in a bad place. Until I was looking at Liam and thinking, he's struggling, you know, because he was smoking weed. Yeah. And then when he got...
This is the guy that lives in...
Yeah, he's got my dog, yeah. Until he's phoned me up, I'm on fire. So I used to have to go down and make sure we weren't on fire and that.
Yeah, reassuring.
So what in hospital, he come back out, mental health hospital, he come back out, and he carried on. He'd come up here, and I'd go, you're not smoking weed in here? He'd be like that. And he'd be like that. I went, Liam, you're making my anxiety go through the fucking roof. Yeah. Go back to your own flat. And he did. And then he come up one day and he went, I've packed up smoking weed. I went, fair play to you. And they're changing him. The paranoia's gone. Nice. Everything's gone. Nice. Do you know what? What a nice kid he is.
Yeah. And also you, a nice person, to give him that time of day. Because a lot of people in society, they just would have ignored, even if it's their neighbour.
I can't do that to anybody, their neighbour. I can't. I just...
You have an understanding. You're empathetic, basically.
Very empathetic. Yeah. And that's what a good screw should be. Working class, empathetic, hard when he has to be, but also very understanding. Yeah. With a good sense of humour.
That situation, being incarcerated, it's a volatile thing, that's ready to blow at any time. And you need to manage them kind of people that have them issues. Like you're saying there with your neighbour, there's people in there inside that have a short temper, you know, have never been properly shown how to go about life. Even like you said earlier, not even shown how to iron. What kind of background is that? Do you understand? Like, what kind of...
Yeah, exactly.
Have they had? I'm sure you've had a really positive impact on a lot of lads where you've just led by example to say, like, this is how you should act, this is how it goes.
Manners, respect.
In that kind of way. It goes a long way, as they say, your P's and Q's.
P's and Q's.
Yeah, nice. Tell me about a time where, you know, things have been tough, either not necessarily an incident, but just throughout your career, you know, you've had a time where it's just like, wow, this is, you know, it gets on your head a little bit sometimes. And you're dealing with it day in, day out. It's not the whole wing, it's only a handful of lads, but they're disruptive all the time, do you know what I mean? And they're on to the staff all the time.
I was working on a unit or a wing at Parva.
Yeah.
And we had 2 divisions, didn't we?
Yes.
Each weekend. Black and red div.
Yeah.
When I got to Nottingham, it was like depths and gulfs. I was like, what?
Just how they work.
Depths and gulfs. And this wing I went on to, black div, was dead strong. Really, really strong.
Yeah.
And the unit, when they were on, ran like clockwork. It really did.
Yeah.
But red div, it was so weak. So when black div went off, because they used to work 6 on 6 off.
Yeah.
Because it was when self-rostering came in.
Okay.
So they used to work 6 on 6 off. So for 6 days, I'd be banging my head against a brick wall with people that were either scared of prisoners. I won't even tell you what it was. Scared of prisoners, or they didn't want to challenge him, or they had no interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was having to run the wing as well as do my own job.
Yeah.
Oh, and that really got me down.
Yeah.
And it made me, I got depressed, proper depressed, because I couldn't do the job that I was supposed to do as well as look after everybody else.
Yeah.
And it got to the stage where I spoke to a PO, or custodial manager, as you'd call him,
Yeah.
and I went, I can't do it. I can't do it no more. I said, I've worked here for 18 years. And I said, not once have I had a job off the wing. I'm lying to you. I had a year in security.
Yeah.
And then shut security down. So I had 1 year in security.
That time.
And all that time, every single job was on a wing.
Yeah.
And he went, and I'll give his due. Yeah. He went to me, the problems with you, Jim, is you're a victim of being good at what you do. So nobody wants to lose somebody that can calm a situation down, but they know that they know you're going a drop of an hat because my football pass.
Yeah.
You know,
that experience is what he was getting at. Yeah. And do you think, like, at that time then, you're on that division, red division, and it's not going well, is there anything implemented then? Is there any kind of support for the staff? Because is anything changed? Is anything done?
No, there was no support for the staff. We had all we had was 2 part-time SOs. We were 2 staff short on our weekend. Used to be 6. Yeah, there were 2 staff short.
Yeah.
So we used to get staff in on PP that were from other wings. I remember one night, I was in the office trying to sort everything out, and there was 3 POs, or custodial managers, outside. Parva. Right.
They're on the SOS, you mean?
They're on SOS.
Yeah.
While I'm doing it, but they were also by the office. And one of them said, fucking overtime's easy, innit? And I went, I've had 10 lads walk past 3 of you with 2 pips on your shoulder to come and see me because you've done fuck all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's all on my shoulders. And I'd counted. 10 had come to see me. And I went, no wonder I'm going fucking mad.
Yeah.
And you're just going, in this overtime, easy.
Yeah. Because there was those kind of staff that were just slack sometimes and made life difficult for the good staff, like you say, that were willing to get on with it, like, yeah.
But yeah, that really did, that got me really bad, that did, when I was on there.
And how did that kind of end then? How did that...
Well, funnily enough...
You're saying nothing was done to support you. How did you're feeling pretty helpless, yeah? How do you get out of that situation?
Well, funnily enough, staff rotation come about.
Okay.
And they put me on Unit 5, which at the time was a vulnerable prisoners unit.
It was enhanced as well, yeah?
Well,
weren't just...
No, it wasn't. When I first... No, I'm wrong. you're all right, Nate. It was the Hans wing, enhanced wing.
Yeah.
So I went on there and I was like, how was some of these enhanced? And it was all right. And then a governor come on. He come on and he went, everything all right, Mr. Warren? I went, yeah. I went, can I have a word in the back? And he went, yeah. And I went, I've been here 18 years. Yeah. And every single job I've had has been on a wing. I've walked the landing for 18 years. Is there any chance if a vacancy comes up in reception, because we had some good stuff in reception, can I go in reception? Yeah. And he went, I'll look into it. And for all he was my favourite person in the world, 2 weeks later, I got an email, you start in reception in a week. Yeah. So he must have looked and gone, you know.
He's done some time.
All he's ever done is work landings.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell, fire.
So that gave you a bit of respite then, yeah?
Oh, when I went in reception, it was a new lease of life.
Yeah, nice.
I was already on the seat.
Yeah.
And I went in to see, I had to go in to see the governor when basically they tell you, Jim, you're done. Yeah. Because, believe it or not, I was driving down to work down Murray Lane every morning. And I was getting to the end of Bunny Lane, knowing full well I was going to have a scrap that day. And I'd open the car door, I'd pull over, open the car door in the lane by and go, throw up, shut the door. That's no good for anybody, is it? No. So, anyway, I was on the seat, I went in to see the number one governor, and he said, right, Jim, is there anything we can do for you? And he did try his hardest. Jim, is there anything we can do for you? And I went, my head's a shed. And he went, do you know something, Jim? You're one of the good guys. You're one of the blokes that have stuck it out when it's gone bad. He's other governor, and he says exactly the same. You're one of the good guys. Yeah. So he went, right, full pay. They gave me a good payoff. And I went, go it. Is it all right to get what? Because I didn't have keys. So they took me down to the seg to say goodbye to the lads and that. Of course it is, Jim. So I went down the seg, into reception, onto a couple of wings to the lads that I knew were there. Yeah. And they all went, oh, Jim, fucking, do you know what? I got in my car. Yeah. And I spent 10 minutes crying. Not just because of the Nottingham staff, but because of the staff I was leaving behind in that shithole. Not that shithole, it's Nottingham, but Parva, the staff all over the country. So I thought, we could have pulled this round. Yeah. We could have pulled this round. And I don't mean like ex-military or ex... A lot of people are like, they should all be ex... No, they want to be working class lads. Yeah. Working class lads that have grown up on estates, and don't get me wrong, I don't mean round Nottingham. If you were brought up around Nottingham, go and work Birmingham. Yeah. If you're brought up around Nottingham, go and work Birmingham. Make sure that the digs are sorted or whatever. Yeah. If you're from Leicester, you go and work Sheffield. Yeah.
You've got that distance between personal life and...
Well, no, but they're not... Yeah. They're recruiting people off the estates where all the gangsters are coming from.
Yeah. So they're under pressure, yeah? They're going to be under pressure.
As soon as they start, they're under pressure.
Yeah, because it's like, I know you.
Do you know what? When I was at Nottingham, right, Not one person asked me to bring any gear in. Fucking, there were loads doing it. They got rid of loads of stuff of bringing gear in. Not one person asked. Because all the old lads from Parva and stuff like that, no good asking him.
Yeah.
But what he will do, if you're fucking all right and you're dead straight,
Yeah.
he'll try and sort a cleaner's job out. As long as you're straight with him.
Yeah.
But don't it fucking hell. Not even worth it.
Yeah. Don't even try it.
Don't
You
even.
were willing to, like you say, make their life easy. Do what you can by the book. Get them the phone credit. Do what, make their life easier. But it's got to be straight down the middle, because that's your job at the end of the day. That's your career. Now for you in life, like, it's more personal to you now, Jim, what is important to you now? What is keeping you kind of sane in this time? Or is it
My dog.
a challenge? Your dog, yeah. Yeah, wow, yeah.
My dog.
I've met him. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I live here now and I moved back for my brother, but I lost my brother.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to say that, yeah.
But there's nothing keeping me here now. I'd be quite happy with a little bungalow, me and the dog,
Yeah.
and just be chilled out.
The simple things, yeah.
Enjoy the simple things, Dave.
Yeah. And you've earned that, Jim. You've earned that. You've put your time in, you know what I mean?
I've been rolling around on the floors. When I got suspended, first day back, I'll never forget it. After the boxing, first day back, we was on Unit 1. He went, "Oh, no, sorry about Jim." We opened up the landing, two lads knocking fuck out of each other. We've bent them up.
Yeah.
The PO run on, he went, "No, see ballers back." But I'd never been, Nave, I'd never been a bully, had I?
Yeah. No, never.
Never been a bully, no, see ballers back.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, so and then take me back, sorry, to that of you speaking to the governor about you've got your tour around at the end, and then you walked out the gate, and like you say, how do you feel now going forward, the prison service? What's going on with it? And you said you were getting upset with how it was being left. What
it was being run. It was being run by. The only way I can say it, Dave, is
they're like out of touch.
Middle class socialists that are out of touch. They're the kind of people that, we'll do that, and we'll put a nice rainbow, or we'll do that, and
make a notice board up.
Yeah, but what you're gonna do about Jono down the block? That's fucking. He smashed 4 screws heads in this week.
Yeah.
Oh, put a rainbow on his door. Oh, do you know what?
It's a bit ridiculous.
What I'm trying to say is, I would say to you now, and this is gospel truth, Dave, the prison needs more tough, working class lads, or even women. I mean, I've worked with some good, fucking hell. You don't get many better than Jack, and she will know she means. You don't get many better than Jack.
So that's not the problem, but it's the kind of people that are being recruited, like you say, with no life experience.
Straight out of university.
Yeah.
Straight out. Oh, I'll tell you a story.
And no mentorship, I'd say. Because what Rave said in his talk, when I spoke to him, was that he had a mentor. Yeah. And then what you've said to me, which is interesting, is that you had a mentor as well.
Yeah,
chalk it. Yeah. So that is lost, because then you're losing that experience, that knowledge. So you can't, it's not about you being a new officer, it's about who is guiding you to get over them little pitfalls that you might face in the first few months of the job, yeah?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I thought I was the be all and end all, but bless him, he won't mind me mentioning his name,
Yeah, yeah.
because he's retired and he was my mentor.
Yeah.
He didn't come on the wing till after about 2 years. I spent 4 years on Unit 3, first ever wing, 4 years on there.
Yeah.
And he come on, and I had an SO said to me, Jim, you're a fucking really good screw, but you need to fucking learn. And I went, what do you mean learn? And I thought I was the cock of the north.
Yeah.
What do you mean learn?
Yeah.
And I wasn't over keen on this SO. But this SO, after the next 2 years, I held him in such high regard, it was mad, because he brought Chalky onto the wing.
Yeah.
And he absolutely transformed me into being what I'd call an all-round proper screw. Comfort when it's needed, loving when it's needed, neck hold when it's needed, or do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I want to say is now, because what I was leading towards is towards the end of your career now, of saying like, what do you take from it? What do you take from all them years? What was your total? Was it over 20 years? Yeah.
It was. Do you know what? It was 24 years,
24
9 months.
And 9 months. Yeah.
So
what do you take from that? What do you take from it overall?
I take from it. It sometimes it was easy, sometimes it was hard. But what I do take from it is, when you leave, it's like being a squaddy.
Yeah.
Just left on the scrap heap.
There's no real thanks. Yeah.
There's no real
Follow up.
Do you know, when you've been in a uniform service for that long, like squaddies, police, or ambulance, or fire brigade, or whatever, when you've been in that long, and then all of a sudden you're like,
what do I do now?
What do I do now? Because I've always been part of a close. People ask me to this day, I bet you'd get back in the prison service, wouldn't you? And I go, no. And they go, why? And I go, I just wouldn't. Yeah, but what do you miss? And all I say, every single time, hands down, camaraderie.
Yeah.
Do you know when you go in on a wing
Yeah.
and you see the pool balls flying,
Yeah.
and then you look next to you, he's a good lad. You look next to you, oh, they're good lads. And then you see a couple more come on, they're good lads.
Yeah.
We've got it sorted here.
Yeah.
I remember 25 lads on Unit 1 refusing to bang up one night.
Yeah.
And they all ran up onto the twos.
Yeah.
This was just before I left, this was. So we was all on Unit 2 and we ran onto Unit 1. They were all refusing to bang up.
Yeah.
And that was it. It were bands out, and it was
Bit mayhem.
mayhem.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you feeling in that moment? How are you feeling?
I'm always.
It's
do you know,
adrenaline.
but I've always been dead calm in anything like that.
Yeah.
So I've got a lad. It was actually an headlock.
Yeah.
And I'd wrap me back, and as they were running past me, I was just hitting at any thigh.
Point of contact.
Point of contact, like, because I couldn't get up there anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just like, and it was mayhem. And then in the end, we just got them all behind the doors. And I think about 10 of us ended up down. Just
to kind of
whatever it is.
Yeah. Nice, Jim. Oh, Jim, I just want to say thanks for taking the time out.
Hey, mate, it's just been nice to see you.
You're really nice to catch up. Yeah.
It's just been really good to see you, mate.
Nice. Oh, well, that's all we've got time for today. Welcome to the Human Experience, and see you next time.
Keep up the good work, Nathan.